to put on a basic prosthetic. These are the simple latex prosthetics you can get very, very cheap, and you can reuse them over and over again. This is a brand new one. It's never been used, and this one has been used. Just as soft. When you're all done, wash it up, clean it up with alcohol, the same remover that you would use on the spirit gum. Keep it in a little baggie to keep it from drying out. Keep it clean, and you can use it year after year after year. This one, as you can see, still has a little fake blood inside. And one of the tricks to applying these to make them stick, see, the biggest problem some people will do is think that all they need to do is put it on once and that somehow it's going to stick amazingly like super glue. So this is just the spirit gum. This happens to be a very small bottle of the Cinema Secrets, but it's all about the same. Now what we're going to do is spirit gum works best if tacked from both ways. So the first thing I'm going to do is take and put the spirit gum around the backside. Now if you want to get a little closer in here, I'm not putting it on really light. It's actually fairly heavy, nice heavy coat around the edges. The center isn't really important at all, especially if you're doing a lot of the bigger prosthetics don't even have a center. So really just these edges that's most important. And if you know where to put it on the hand, you can also put it on the hand. Now what I'm going to do is, since I don't know exactly where to put it, I'm just going to tap it down. Now once I put it on, I'm actually going to pull it right back off. I'm going to go ahead and actually use that as a bit of a guide and apply a little more spirit gum. The spirit gum becomes the stickiest once it actually starts to kind of set up. So once I got the spirit gum on, you have to tack it, which is you're going to put it on, you're going to take it off. You're going to put it on, you're going to take it off. And you're going to keep doing this. Now watch the skin. It's getting stickier, stickier, and notice each time it's starting to really pull up the skin. And you know that you really got it when it's not going to come off. Now when it's time to actually come off, you're going to have to get a good tug, and yes, it will come off with a little hot water and a little bit of alcohol, the spirit gum remover. So I'm just tacking it around. Now if you've got a corner that likes to fold over or won't stick down, in this case it's going down very nicely. But if I had a corner that wasn't sticking down, I could peel it up, dab a little glue, tack it down, and then I'd have to sit there and tap it. And keep tapping it until it sticks. And if it's not sticking, you just keep trying because it will stick. So here, we're done. It's stuck. Take your hand, move it around, see? And it's not coming off. So that'll stay on for a whole evening for you. So the next step is to put the makeup on. Now, his skin is already fairly the same color. Usually with wounds like this, you don't need to worry about trying to make the skin color match because we're going to cover it with blood and other colors. I'm actually going to start this time with just a touch of the red around. And notice I go very light. The makeup goes a long ways. One of these little stacks of makeup will last a very, very long time. Probably the biggest mistake you can make is putting too much on. And we'll use a little bit of black on this one too. Especially the black, it goes the furthest. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll take a makeup sponge. And let's grab our purple here. And if you ran this glass through your finger, it's more like black. Most likely you bruised yourself pretty bad. Looks like I've gotten too much there, but we'll take and we'll smear this around. If he got glass stuck in his hand, he probably slammed into the glass, hand and all. So we will take from it kind of an outward motion, take this. Now don't use water-based makeup to put this on. You want to use makeup that's intended specifically for the prosthetics. I'm going to take some red, just kind of scrape over the top. So we bruised up his whole hand here. Let me get some more yellow in here, just look like we bruised the whole hand. Quite a bit of yellow spots over the knuckles. And blend it. It's the yellowing that's actually quite important. Now what we're going to do is two things. We're going to use the blood and the gel this time. What we're going to use the gel for is the gel is the darker, thicker version. See, it's almost looking black. And in the case of a prosthetic that hasn't been used before, there's a little crevice along the side. So one thing we're going to do here is I'm going to fill the crevice with the gel as if it was a very fresh wound, but yet already has started to kind of coagulate up. Now I'm also going to get quite a bit of gel here and make it like you can make like a bit of a fist. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take the gel and make it look like it's kind of running down his fingers a little bit. Like he's got some blood going. Now I'm just kind of twisting it as we go. You can go off in various directions. Now, the last step I'm going to do, since this is an older wound, I'm actually going to take another sponge. It's kind of a small piece. I'm going to dab just a little bit of the. This is not the gel. This is the FX blood, and this will add kind of some splatters of some brighter colored real blood onto it. So you can make a very gruesome, probably a little less purple, might have been pretty good too. As you can see, up close you can kind of see the edges a little bit of the prosthetic, but in a dark room, and most of the times that we're going to be using this, you're not going to see that. It would take a really good eye for someone to really catch it, and really you're going to catch people off guard. They're going to see this from a distance, or they're not even going to notice it when you walk into a room, and you're going to flash that up at them, and they're going to freak out immediately. And so the more gory, the better.